Howdy YouTubers, just a very quick unboxing video of the Sony, I don't know how that's pronounced, it's either h.ear on or hear on. I imported this from Amazon Spain because it was a pretty good price. Given the current US exchange rate, I think I paid roughly about $140 with the expedited shipping to get it over here. I think currently it's like $190 or something like that on B&H site. These apparently were made to be opened from the bottom because the top is like all sealed and glued. So there's been a running thread with lots of hype on it over on HeadPhone, and a lot of people have been giving it a lot of praises, like say for instance that these are significantly better than the MDR 1As. I've never had them so I don't know, but even in comparison to like say the ATH M50X, not that those are all that, but still those are pretty reasonable headphones, pretty good, especially in consideration of the price. So let's get this open and see what's in here. Alright, got the headphone itself tied in with two tie wraps. Got to pull it out. Nicely foldable, though not the most compact size. So it comes with a carrying case that is pretty decent actually. It's like nicely lined inside, and outside is like this, almost like a one of those weatherproof material. Have a headphone cable with a what looks to be a remote on there, the instruction manual, and that's it. So taking a quick look at these, the cups here are, I assume it's aluminum. It's definitely much colder than say the yokes. These yokes are definitely plastic, as is the headband area. Overall, it feels very nice. It definitely feels like a quality pair. It certainly feels a lot better than, say, the all-plastic construction of their 770ZX BNs. The cups can only articulate a certain amount. They can't fold flat like, say, the 770ZX BNs like that. But as you saw earlier, they do fold up this way to make it a little bit more compact for travel use. Gotta say, I've never been fond of this particular mechanism to expand the head because, yeah, unless you have a head like Charlie Brown, I just don't see, most of the time I just kind of feel like it adds to the space here as opposed to really adding overall length downward. Overall, I do like the design a lot. This has a metallic sheen, so it gives it a very nice look to it. And it's a very thin, almost like felt lining here over the drivers, and you can see it under the light right there. These leather does feel very nice and sumptuous. It is reasonably deep, so my ears do fit within here, and let me get you some measurements. Okay, the inner diameter lengthwise is just shy of 65 millimeters. Translates to just a hair over 2.5 inches. And the widthwise is about 1.46 inches, 37.2 millimeters. Overall, they're just a hair smaller than the 770ZX BNs, but they do fit quite comfortably over my ears. For those with particularly large ears, I don't think this will accommodate it. The depth before it touches that cloth or felt lining there is roughly 18 millimeters, or just shy of 3/4 of an inch deep. So at least it does have some depth to it. On the top of each cup are what looks to be a base port. That's that black hole right there near the center. On each side you can extend the headband downwards, and this has a pretty nice detent to it, so I kind of feel like it will stay in place without shifting. These are metal, it's not plastic, so that runs the entire length and adds additional support to the headbands. Now, one word of caution, I did actually manage to pinch myself as I was opening this, wasn't really careful. I managed to pinch my finger between this, and the manual actually does warn about it. So just be a little bit mindful about that as you're extending it out to grab it from down here instead of having your hand up here. The cable is actually flat, so it should definitely help with preventing tangles, and as mentioned, does have a microphone and a single button that on an iOS device I just tested. It's the same standard function, play, pause, 2 presses to fast forward, 3 presses to rewind. I don't have any Android devices to test with, but I do know that it does support Android. One thing I've noticed that on an Android device, it says if you install the SmartKey app from Google Play Store, the track and volume adjustment on your smartphone will be enabled with that multifunction button. So again, like I said, I don't have that, but if you do, that's another plus for you. I'm not sure how many headphones support that. One last thing about the cable that I found interesting was that at the base here, there's actually looks like another contact point down there. I'm not really sure what that's for. I don't know what kind of device supports it. Maybe they're Xperia lines or whatnot, and don't really know what it does. So if anybody out there knows, please post a comment. The two notches on this jack is actually just simply to help you align the flat cable, because I'd imagine that if you plug it in, you would probably always want the microphone side to be against your body, so you would simply go ahead and just plug it in that way, and the notch simply helps keep it aligned. That notch is not to lock it in like say on AKG headphone, but it's just to align it so that it stays parallel with your body. And if you had a preference for the mic on this side, or who knows, maybe you don't use the mic, you have a preference for the button on this side, just simply take this out and flip it around. On the left yoke, there is this small detent here, so you could easily feel it and know that this is the left side. And that's for you to easily identify when you don't have the cable plugged in. Let's just say you were transporting it, taking it out, you're just getting ready to pop it on your head. You easily feel which one is the left side, because as mentioned, that is the only yoke that features that raised bump. And here's some quick size comparisons amongst other headphones that I still have. So MDR 100 AAP on the left, 770 ZXBN on the right. External view. Back view is worn on the head, left, right. And a quick compare of the cups. And here it is versus Bose AE2Ws. This is the back, left, right cup, front view. Comparison of the left cups. And for those who may only have open backs, here is a Q701. External view. Front view, left cup, right cup. Side view again. And a comparison of the left cup. So that way, in case you have a similar size headphone, you could get an idea of the comparison between the two. And that's pretty much a wrap for this quick unboxing. It was not meant to be a review. I haven't burned these in yet because apparently it's taboo to say anything about the sound without burning them in. Although, like I said, my personal opinion is I remain dubious about that, the effects at least. So yes, again, I know people have measured it. I mean, Tyler Hurston's at Inner Fidelity has measured it, but even his remarks were that they're subtle at best. So again, for believers, please don't hate. Go ahead, do knock yourself out, burn it in like crazy. I am going to burn these in before I give any impressions about them. For full disclosure, the MDR 100 AAPs were purchased for my personal use. Thanks again for watching.